Hi guys, it's Julie, and today I am bringing you a video email newsletter. So I asked you guys last week in the newsletter to vote for the theme for the month of February, and there was a clear winner. You guys wanted to see frequently asked questions that I get from you guys and, of course, my answers. So today I'm going to go through 2 questions that I get asked a lot, and I hope that they help a lot of you out. All right, here we go. So this question I hear a ton, and these questions I'm kind of paraphrasing from what I hear a lot. It's not an exact quote from anyone. But the first one is, I get overwhelmed when I'm at a restaurant and end up ordering the worst thing on the menu. Does one bad meal ruin everything? Okay, if this is you, first of all, do not beat yourself up, okay? It is really, really hard to completely change your way of eating and your cooking and your social habits all in one fell swoop. I mean, that's a huge undertaking, and that's why I always say be patient with yourself, and this whole thing is a process. So to answer the question, no, one bad meal does not ruin everything. So the goal of the elimination diet is to find out if eliminating FODMAPs from your diet actually improves your symptoms. And it usually takes, it depends, but it usually takes 2 to 4 weeks to figure this out. And so if you have one bad meal and you've kind of been going along, doing really well and feeling better, you might have some symptoms recurring. But wait a few days, get right back on track, and you'll see those symptoms probably calm down again if the FODMAP elimination diet is indeed working for you. So it doesn't ruin everything. You don't have to go back to square zero if you have one slip up. But there are some strategies that you can use to make it easier when you do go out to restaurants. So the first one is to just scout out menus online. So think of the restaurants that you think are going to be more kind of healthy, fresh, natural foods, more simple food, and check out their menus and just look for entrees that you think would be really easy to modify. And if you feel comfortable doing it, you can call ahead and ask. And you might be really surprised at how helpful they are, because so many people are dealing with food intolerances these days. So you can do that. And when you're at the restaurant, don't be afraid to talk to the server or ask to talk to a manager about having some special requests. Some other good ones, some good choices to look for are just steakhouses or really simple seafood restaurants, especially nice if you're going out to a sort of nicer celebratory dinner, because steakhouses will just give you a really great piece of meat and cook it exactly the way you want. So if you just want salt and pepper on it, that's what they will do. So that's always nice, and the sides are really simple. The same with those kind of more high-end sort of seafood chains, or sometimes you get steak and seafood together. One of my favorites is sushi. It's really simple, rice and protein, and it's healthy, so that's great too. When it comes to the soy sauce, it's not the gluten that you have to avoid, but other FODMAP ingredients like high fructose corn syrup, for example. So if you don't know what kind of soy sauce they have, or they can't show you the bottle, it's fine to bring your own. That's not the worst option, to just have your own little container of soy sauce. Other things to realize or to consider are chain restaurants, because since they're chains and they're big companies, they have procedures in place to help customers with food allergies and food sensitivities. So some of the best ones, and some that I've heard from people in the community that are really great with customer service for food sensitivities, are Red Robin, P.F. Chang's, Outback Steakhouse, and Maggiano's Little Italy. I think that's Maggiano's Little Italy is what it's called. So those 4 are ones that I've heard about, and if you have other suggestions for chains that are really helpful for food sensitivities, come into the Facebook group and definitely leave your comments and your experiences and your info. So that's how I recommend dealing with restaurants. Okay, the next question that I've gotten a few times is about the elimination phase. So people ask, should I be eating no FODMAP or low FODMAP during the elimination phase? And the answer is you should be eating low FODMAP, because there's almost no such thing as no FODMAP. So the foods that have no FODMAPs are fats and proteins for sure. They're FODMAP free, so you're good to go on meat and fish and things like oils. But as far as everything else, green light foods, if we're looking at the Monash app, which I think is the best reference for this kind of thing, all those green light foods that are low FODMAP, they can still contain FODMAPs, especially if you ate a huge amount of them, the FODMAPs would add up. And they can contain FODMAPs, but the FODMAP content is low enough that it's not going to cause digestive symptoms in people with IBS, according to the way Monash has tested these foods. So it's definitely a low FODMAP diet, not a no FODMAP diet. So if you are sticking to the green light foods and those appropriate serving sizes that they give you on the Monash app, then you are good to go. Okay, those were your 2 frequently asked questions for this week. I hope that was really helpful, and let me know if you like the videos, because if you like them, I'll keep doing them. And if you have questions that you want me to address, go ahead and hit reply to this email and let me know, because if there's things that I've seen before, that'll kind of bump it up to the top, and I'll add these to future email newsletters. All right, so thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.